Hey folks, how you all doing? This is Connor coming to you again. Another episode of, what's it, Sky Shines Bedlam. When last we saw each other, we were rooting ourselves up a couple of elites, which now, as you can see, we have a elite trencher, we have ourselves a big guy with a big hammer, and we actually are doing okay. We have several bets, and we're kind of looking forward to going from there. The game has picked up its first update since coming out, which means that our lives are probably going to be a little bit more difficult, but not so much. I mean, there were some complaints that the game was a little bit too hard for people, and that they were going to balance the cost of using dozer armaments as opposed to equipment, equalizers and things like that. At the same time, drawing is not going to get us anywhere, so I'm going to go right back to it. Alright, so we have an opportunity to go back for a third elite, which I might just do, because, hey, if we just keep racking up the elites, it's going to make our lives a lot easier later on. Trust me on that one. So, while this is not perhaps the most efficient way of doing this, we're going to do it. Also, I'll make a note down here about these particular things. These are the... ooh, cool. These are the different difficulty settings, so it's low, guarded, elevated, severe, and bedlam, and that shows you how many different guys are going to be out on the battle map, let's say. Abe, I think, might be one of my favorite elites. Not only because he looks like Cad Bane from the Clone Wars, may that show now rest in peace, but because, well, he just is kind of a boss, really. I had read in the update notes that people are looking to make sure that the elite fights are kind of more, how do I put this delicately, they're supposed to feel like mini boss fights, and not supposed to just feel like, hey look, we get to pick up some random dude for our posse. And as you can see here, we're pretty much going to do the same thing. However, I do believe I'm just going to put the drink of death on them. And it seems that the change for the game has not quite come in just yet. One of the changes for the game was supposed to be that using the weapons is going to take away one of your movement opportunities. What I really want to do is just continue to have these people knock themselves off. Maybe I can even get in range of Abe. To pop them pretty darn good. Or I could just move back, because apparently he's going to do pretty much all my job for me. There are a couple of other changes to note, one of which I believe is cover now doesn't just do... Alright, geez, he's going to be rangers in here. Cover isn't going to give you a chance to miss, it's going to be flat damage reduction instead, which in the case of this game is a very, very good thing. No, don't kill my sniper. Oh, you can shoot him, that's fine. Cool. So what's going to happen here is we're going to have the blitzed in a second, which means the enemy is going to get 3 action points to do with what he pleases. To that end, I'm going to shift crowbar up, kind of hopefully take some hits there. And now, since crowbar is a unmitigated monster, yeah, crowbar is just going to smash that twice. That'll be it. So, for 3 straight battles, we've picked up 3 straight elites. So, Abe is now back on our side. Well, he's on our side. He wasn't really off our side in the first place. He's on our side. I'm going to duck here to the south again. Take a look at the map, and there's finally no more elites behind us. So, I'm going to check for some interesting stuff to happen to us. Cool, so we find some crude. If we use power cells, we can get crude. So I'm gonna do that. Because as much as I love power cells and all the goody stuff we can do with them, I need the other resources more. Alright, so some random guy has wandered up on us. He's in a spirited discussion with himself. The Tonka berries, they taste like starlight. The gems are slumbering, spare them, smart for them. Wow. This guy's talking like, what is it, the Jabberwocky, isn't he? Talk to him. Only be vigilant with the underfingers, they would deter the pilgrimage. Wow, yeah, he really is like the Jabberwocky. We'll take it. Neutronic tuning fork. I don't know what that did, I don't know what it will do, but I kinda like that we have it. I think I'll just pick up these two things and head east. Because we are starting to hit kind of dangerous territory in my mind. Scrap field, partially dismantled units. Find nothing. Forgive me if I read these a little bit quickly, I tend to speed read. I'll do it a little bit slower, I suppose. A large improvised statue. Basically a King Viscera. And several barrels of crude and recently carved meat. I will take them. But apparently we're going to get attacked by people who are a little bit annoyed with us. So bring aid. Who do not have? Don't really have trenchers. Bring a trencher. I think that'll be about good for now. Alright, so this is the statue to King Viscera. You will see him later on, I guarantee you. Kind of a strange move. Alright, so he's out of range of everybody important. Shotgun dude is pretty much not going to hit me. So we're going to aid back here, pick up some power cells in the meantime. This gunslinger on the other hand is 9. The sniper might hit me a couple of times during a will not like. But he has 2 health, which means although I will probably lose this frontline dude, I am willing to make that sacrifice. Yep. How far do I have to be to stay out of range? And that was not apparently a good thing. On the plus side, these guys are morons, apparently. These bandits only good for extinction. Would have been happier if I was able to actually pilfer everything that I wanted to pilfer, but apparently the gods that be say no.
Crude.
Might as well use the time to pick up everything on this map too, right? So I might hit my sniper a couple times, but I'll actually survive. Alright, so my sniper's gonna take some hits. Probably. Wow, apparently not. I thought his number was up. Whatever that number is, I'm not entirely sure, but his number somewhere will somehow be up. In the meantime, my gunslinger says, "You shall not touch him." Alright.
Meat.
You wanna dance, boys? Let's dance. Just dance a little bit, let him come forward some more. Are just out of range. Still just out of range. Versus what I might do is have old Honest Abe over here. Bolt. Alright, so Blitz just means he's gonna just... Wow, he missed. Fantastic. Blitz means that whoever, I think whatever guy he moves is going to take less damage. But considering I do 7 damage and he's got practically no health. Okay, more than 2 damage. I guess it has to damage completely. Alright, that was not smart, my friend. Abe's gonna cut to the side. Apparently they just want Abe's blood, don't they? Not quite sure why. But if he attacks me this next turn, my gunslinger... Oh, okay. So, he just threw a Petro Bomb at me. It's not really a big deal since I kill him this turn. But maybe it is a big deal. That wasn't very nice. We'll perish. Alright, so my elites are a little bit wounded right now, but that's okay. But you might be asking yourself, why didn't I pick up the meat that was right behind this guy's probably testicles right now? If you notice on the side of the box there's some dynamite, I have discovered to my detriment that when you touch those things, they blow up. Alright, so I'm checking my guys real quick. 22, okay, we have to upgrade our... There we go, a little bit better. Our med bay was a little bit inefficient, is that the best way to put it, perhaps? Alright, so we travel on the road, we hit this area that had companies like Majestic Industries, Chemistro Burgers, and Pinnacle Bio Boosters. Unfortunately, we can't do anything with it. That's okay, because we're going to someplace that apparently has an equalizer. Hey, an alchemist. He pursues by several rogue AI units. Alright. Apparently we have to save his guts. Bring along a couple extra trenchers, I think. Should be enough firepower to take care of anything that's coming at us. And if it isn't, well, we'll just retreat and just sacrifice him, I suppose. Alright, I'm on the point of Bedlam right now. He does 4 damage. He has 5 health. So I just... Arg, I'm 1 shy. Alright, but at the same time I was going to go down here. I'm not aggressive. I'm going to do somebody. Ah, screw it. Go treasure. Ah, I have this thing, which I haven't used yet. Do I try it out? Or do I just shoot people? I think for now I just shoot people. Hit the loss, that's going to be that dude right there. And I give a kill to that Joe. He's close enough that he can shoot. Good shot, that is. 3 damage a pop, he's gonna be pretty darn hurt. I think it's kind of important that I take out the frontliners too. So I might lose 2 guys, which would be a little bit unfortunate. Apparently that may not be a problem though. You can't aim very far either. I wonder if I run really close to him. I kill him. You have to run away. He only hit me once. And I'm there.
Power.
This may come out pretty well. The gunslinger is coming after me, but that's not a problem since it's a one-shot kill. Alright, I have a gripe with this particular dumb thing. He can just port wherever he wants to on the map. In the update, they will make it so that way they can't just port and attack, they can port, but that's all they can do in one turn. All at the same time, it's a little bit annoying. Alright, so we got a ton of power cells. We picked up some of that stuff on the ground, and the alchemist is like, hey, buddy. But I've been chasing for a while. Gives me a matter manipulation apparatus. Okay, so not exactly what I was hoping for. What this thing will do is that when I pick up something in a battle map, it will double the resources I find. Which is kind of stupid when you think about it, but hey, it's not really my first choice out there, I suppose. We're coming up on 17 minutes right about now, about 18 minutes for this video, I think. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check these 4 spots right here, and then we're going to probably call it quits. It's a little sooner than I would have wanted to, but we had a few battles, and I'm feeling actually kind of happy with the way this is going. Alright. A lot of structures are falling down. Try to find a way inside. And we see... Awesome. We see a ton of battery stuff, which is great, because we're going to need that way later on. Like, ridiculous. Like, trust me, we're going to need it later on. I might just upgrade these the entire way. So my dojo's completely powered up. I can heal people pretty quickly, I have low meat consumption, I have a lot of efficiency, which is good because we're going to hit a ton of fights as soon as we get up here in Bedlam. Alright, make nomads rush from nearby tech platform. Where are the hollows? Just back away. I think I've hit that before, but I cannot remember what that means. The hollows bit, that is. Alright, so we find a gigantic war galleon. I'm getting into the wreckage. And we find more fusion batteries. Dude, we're actually... I'm liking what we're doing with this. I'm happy. It is getting a little severe, which means that our fight's going to get particularly difficult soon. So Rogue AI are attacking cyborgs. And for some reason they say that means that they should be attacking us. Not entirely sure how that follows, but I guess we'll be fighting. I'm gonna take 3. I'm see if I can get some more power cells out of this, and it will allow me to increase how often I use our little weapons. This really should be not a cakewalk, but pretty easy-ish. To make everybody drunk, they'll attack each other. Well, almost all.
Power.
When I appear close to the Deadeye.
Headshot. Crude.
It's my goal to hit this other power cell benefit too. Alright, they should be drunk for this one more turn, so I'll get rid of that dude. I can distract, doesn't it? Might take some fire, yeah. The crowbar being a beast. A charge past. Simon's hammer of power. Alright, so they're not always the most intelligent of peoples. This might be intimidated by their nonsensical pattern. I didn't mention, by the way, what cyborgs tend to do, or was it rogue AI? Cyborgs, I guess. Cyborgs buff their weapons by sacrificing health. Which is a little bit stupid. I say stupid, I mean frustratingly annoying. But I suppose it's not really my call now, is it? Yeah, who shoots Scragger, which is kind of a problem. But Scragger says, "Punk, you made me angry." And with 2x of everything, we have enough to do 2 of our weapons next time. And we have a ton of food, ton of oil, all that kind of good stuff. But for the time being, I think I'm going to call this one quits for the second. And when we come back, when we head further south, I'll be taking a lot less time to stop for other things along the way. You can see right here, Chris Dog does a ton of damage now. Vet's not a crazy amount necessarily of stuff going on. But our troops still stay in decent enough health, and we'll need that as we go further. And I guess we'll see what happens next time in Sky Shine's Bedlam. This is Conor signing off. Take it easy, everybody.